I want to start with a question that might sting a little. Have you ever, on a perfectly ordinary Tuesday afternoon, sat at your desk and thought, quietly, almost embarrassed by the thought, is this really what I'm supposed to be doing with my life? Not in a dramatic way, not a breakdown, just a quiet drift, a sense that the shape of your days doesn't quite fit the shape of you. If that's ever crossed your mind, I want to tell you something that took me a long time to believe. It may not be your fault. You may not be lazy or lost or picky. You may just be living a life that's out of sync with your own chart. Today, we're going to talk about BaZi, Chinese astrology, and how it can help you find work that actually fits who you are. Not a personality quiz, not a horoscope, a real, old, elegant system that's been helping people choose careers for more than 1,000 years. Stay with me. This is going to be good. Before we go anywhere, I want to correct a misunderstanding I see a lot. People sometimes think Chinese astrology tells you what you must do, that you're a fire person, so you have to be on a stage, that you're a water person, so you can only write, that if you deviate, you failed your destiny. That's not what BaZi is. BaZi, which literally means 8 characters, is a snapshot of the exact moment you were born. Your year, month, day, and hour each get 2 characters, one sitting on top, one sitting below, 8 in total. And from those 8 characters, we can read the climate you were born into, the weather of your soul, if you'll let me be a little poetic. Your chart is a map, not a cage. It tells you where the sun rises on your life and where the wind tends to blow. It doesn't tell you where to go, but it does tell you what kind of ground you'll thrive on. And when it comes to career, that map has 3 layers. The most important character in your whole chart is called your daymaster. It's the character that sits on top of the day you were born, and it represents you, the essence of who you are, stripped of all the noise. There are 10 possible daymasters, and each one is a combination of an element and a polarity. Jia wood is a tall oak, strong, upright, a little stubborn. Jia woods are the people who become architects, leaders, planners. They like to build things that last. E wood is a vine or flower, soft, adaptable, quietly persistent. E-woods often become designers, counselors, healers, people who work with human texture. Bing fire is the sun itself, radiant, generous, impossible to ignore. Bing fires belong on stages, on cameras, in front of rooms. Public life suits them. Ding fire is a candle, a lantern, a precise flame, quieter than Bing fire. You'll find ding fires in surgery, in craftsmanship, in the kind of precise creative work where 1 degree of focus changes everything. Wu Earth is a mountain, steady, grounding, trusted. Wu Earths become real estate developers, consultants, operations people, the grown-ups in the room. G Earth is a garden, nurturing, generative. G Earths are drawn to HR, to education, to hospitality, anywhere people grow. Gang metal is raw ore or a blade, decisive, structural, strong. Gang metals often end up in law, engineering, the military, or anywhere hard decisions get made fast. Scene metal is a jewel, refined, sensitive to detail. Scene metals find their way into aesthetics, jewelry, fine design, surgery of the delicate kind. Ren water is an ocean, big, moving, commercial. Ren waters thrive in logistics, media, trade, anywhere things flow across borders. And Gui water is a stream, or rain, or mist. Intuitive, researchy, quiet. Gui waters become analysts, writers, psychologists, mystics. Now, and this is important, these aren't boxes, they're invitations. If you're a Bing fire working in a basement spreadsheet job, you're not wrong, you're just cold. Something in you is going to want more sun. Here's where most online BaZi content stops, and here's where it gets interesting. Your daymaster is who you are, but there's a second layer that tells you what your life is hungry for. Practitioners call it the useful god, Yong Shen. It's the element your chart is missing, or the element that brings your chart into balance. Think of it this way. If your day master is a small flame, a ding fire, say, and your chart is full of cold, damp water all around you, you're going to feel extinguished in life. You'll feel tired, stuck, not quite yourself. Your useful god in that case would be wood, because wood feeds fire. You'd want to surround yourself with wood industries, wood environments, wood people. Your useful god points you toward the industries that nourish you, not just the ones your daymaster excels in, the ones your whole chart needs. And the 5 elements match roughly to these career families. Wood, education, publishing, design, wellness, wood products, anything that grows. Fire, media, entertainment, marketing, restaurants, light and heat, anything expressive. Earth, real estate, finance, consulting, HR, agriculture, anything grounding. Metal, law, engineering, surgery, precision instruments, anything structural. Water, logistics, travel, research, psychology, trade, anything that flows. When your industry matches your useful god, not just your daymaster, but the element your life needs, things start clicking. Projects land easier, you feel less tired on Sundays, the work becomes a kind of quiet nutrition. Now we come to the part most people never hear about. Even if you know your daymaster, and even if you know your useful god, there's a third layer that determines whether you should actually change jobs right now, or whether you should wait. It's called your Da-un, your luck pillars. Every person moves through life in 10-year cycles. Each decade of your life is governed by a different elemental climate. Some decades are tailwinds, some decades are headwinds, and you don't get to choose, you only get to notice. When your current luck pillar is favorable, when the element that supports you is in the sky, promotions land, opportunities multiply, the right people walk into your life, and the thing you've been trying to do for years suddenly becomes easy. That's not a miracle, that's weather. When your current luck pillar is unfavorable, things feel like wading through mud. Projects stall, relationships at work get tangled, people you trust betray small agreements. You want to quit, you want to start fresh. Here's the lesson I wish someone had told me 10 years ago. Don't make permanent decisions during unfavorable weather. If your chart is in a difficult pillar, the worst thing you can do is quit in a rage and start something new. The same patterns will follow you. The new job will disappoint you within 18 months. The new business will crater. Instead, during unfavorable pillars, you learn, you upskill, you save, you tend to your relationships, and you wait, because the weather does turn. 10-year cycles always end. And when your favorable pillar arrives, you'll be ready. You'll move with a kind of calm certainty that other people can't explain. That's what BaZi really gives you at work, not a list of jobs, a sense of timing. Let me tell you about someone I'll call Elena. Elena was a Ren water daymaster, a wide, moving ocean kind of person working in a small accounting firm. She was quiet, she was competent. She was also, in her own words, slowly disappearing. She came to me ready to quit everything, go back to school, maybe move countries. When I looked at her chart, 2 things were true. Her useful god was wood, and accounting is a metal industry. Metal cuts wood. The match was wrong. Her instincts were right. But, and this is the part, her current luck pillar was deeply unfavorable. The next 2 years were going to be rocky no matter what. If she'd quit that week, she would have landed in another misaligned job and blamed herself again. So we made a plan. She stayed put. She started writing on the side, publishing, a wood industry. She built an audience quietly. She saved. She didn't burn the bridge. 2 years later, her luck pillar shifted. Within 6 months, a publishing house offered her a communications role. She took it. She's thriving. The chart didn't tell her what to do. It told her when to do it. That's the difference. I want to leave you with something quiet. We live in a world that tells us career is a problem to be solved, a ladder to be climbed, a test we have to pass before we're allowed to rest. Chinese astrology has always offered a softer, older idea.
that each of us is born with a kind of inner weather, that the work we do is meant to match that weather, not fight it, that there's a season for planting and a season for waiting, that the point of all of this isn't to become impressive, it's to become undivided. Your chart won't tell you the name of the company you should work for. It won't tell you whether to take the promotion. It won't save you from a difficult decade, but it will tell you something far more useful. It will tell you who you are at your core, what you're hungry for, and when the wind is at your back. And if you listen to those three things, really listen, the perfect job in the end isn't a job you find, it's a life you slowly grow into. If you want to find your own Daymaster and start reading your own chart, I left a link in the description to a free calculator. Pull up yours, sit with it, and if you want, come back here and drop your Daymaster in the comments. I read every one.